Hi you guys, today I'm going to be making a video on how to make pozole verde. These are the ingredients that I will be using today. Starting with the meats, I have boneless pork cushion meat, which is just carne maciza de puerco sin hueso. I have trocitos de puerco, pork stew, and then I have dos patas de puerco. I'm gonna be making pozole for about 15 people today, so I do have a lot of meat. This is 5 pounds of trocitos, and then this is 2.5 pounds, and then just 2 pieces of patas. I don't like patas, but other people like them, so I'm gonna throw it in there. It does give the pozole a lot of flavor. For the green salsa that I'm throwing in the pozole, I'm gonna use these chiles. These are the ones that you can do for like chiles rellenos. They're called chile pasilla. I'm gonna use some tomates verdes, tomatillos. About that many. I don't know how many they are. I'm gonna use some cilantro. The rábanos for after the pozole is ready. You throw that in there. I'll be cutting everything. I'll cut everything down nicely. I do use oregano for the pozole. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of comino molido. That gives it a lot of flavor. And then I also use bay leaves. All of these things right here are a must. I feel like you have to use that in the pozole so it can have good flavor to it. I also will be using onion, salt, pepper, and consomme caldo de pollo to give the food some flavor. The first thing we're gonna do is wash your meat. I have in here the trocitos and the maciza. The pata doesn't go inside, so it's like almost ready because this is gonna only takes a little bit to cook. It doesn't take as long as the other meat. This meat is gonna usually take like 2, maybe 3 hours because it's a lot of meat. So we're gonna throw it in the pot. I have my pot filled with water already. I'm gonna put a whole onion in. I already took off the outer layer of the onion. Throw that right in there, and then a whole garlic clove as well. While it's boiling, I'm gonna throw in some salt. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of pepper. I'm also going to put some cumin in there. That's the cumin. I'm gonna throw in some oregano. And I'm gonna throw in some bay leaves as well. And I'm just gonna cover it and give it some time to boil. That's gonna, like I said, that's gonna take about 2 to 3 hours to be ready. Next up, I'm gonna be working on the salsa, the green salsa that's gonna go inside the pozole. That's what turns it green. I already washed the chile pasilla. I washed all the tomates verdes. I'm gonna put in the cilantro in the salsa, and I'm also gonna put in maybe like 5 garlic cloves and maybe half of the onion. I'm gonna blend it all in, and I'm gonna put it in the pozole. I leave the seeds off just so it won't be spicy because I will be feeding kids. And then if anybody wants their pozole spicier, I'm gonna make salsa on the side for the pozole. They can just throw it right in there. I forgot to say that I do saute the chile pasillas before I throw them in the blender. So I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of corn oil and the chiles. I'm gonna saute them until they start turning a little bit of brown or even a little bit of black. It gives it like a really nice charred flavor. So this is what I meant when I said I was gonna saute them, a little bit of brown, a little bit of black even, like this one. It's gonna give it a really nice smoky flavor. This is how you want your tomatillos to be. So I'm ready to make the salsa now. In here, I put half an onion. I put 4 garlic cloves, and then I'm gonna blend all the chiles and the tomatillos, and I'm gonna blend the cilantro. I'm gonna use this blender because my bigger one that I had broke, so this is all I have for now. It'll probably take me like 4 or 5 whole blends to blend all of this together. I'm gonna throw in some water in here so I can blend easier. It can be tap water because se va a hervir otra vez. It's gonna boil again, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna throw it in here for now just so I can blend everything together. Once everything's blended together, then I'll throw the whole thing in the pot. Yeah. It's been about 2 hours already. So I'm gonna throw in the salsa. I have all the salsa in here. I'm gonna throw it right in. I'm also gonna throw in some of the consomme in here. The Nor Suiza or consomme de pollo is salty, so add to your liking. I added 3 tapaderas full because I had already added salt at the beginning when I started cooking the meat. But just taste it before you want to add any more because you can always add more. You can never take it back. I forgot to show these cans earlier. This is the maize that's gonna go in the pozole. I'm just gonna open it up and then the water that's inside, you toss it. You don't use that water. After I toss the water, I'm gonna throw them in here and then I'm gonna wash them. So I have here the maize. It's nice and clean, ready to go. I don't have a lot of space in this olla, so I'm gonna take out the meat. I'm gonna put the meat here so the meat can finish cooking, and then I'm gonna throw in the maize in here because this caldo already has all the flavors of the pork, so that's gonna make everything just come together really nicely. So I took out all the meat already and I put it over here. Now I'm gonna throw all the corn in here. I threw in all the maize in here already. I did save a little bit of the maize because I'm gonna blend it. Little tip, if you blend some of the maize and you put it in your pozole, it will give you a really nice and creamy texture to your soup. So throwing in there the mixture of the maize gives the pozole a thicker, creamier consistency. Now I'm gonna throw in my pata. This should only take maybe like 20 minutes to be ready. I'm gonna put one. So the pozole, we serve it with limon. Some people like to add chicharrón, lechuga, tostadas, rábano, cebolla, and I made this salsa. It's super spicy. It goes really, really good with the pozole. I'm gonna be tasting the pozole now, see if it needs any salt, pepper, anything else. No, it's good. Now I'm gonna serve it. So altogether, the pozole took almost 4 hours to be ready. It is because I was making a lot of carne. Like I said, I was gonna feed 15 people around that. But also the longer que hirve el caldo, lo más que hirve el caldo, lo más sabroso que va a estar. Ya casi se me olvidaba el aguacate. Let's do a taste test now. Mmm, so good. You guys definitely have to try out this recipe, especially since we're getting into pozole season, tamal season, all the chili holidays, they're coming up. Please let me know if you like my video and please subscribe to my channel.